From the redwood forest to the Gulf Stream waters, these songwriters will sing for you and me. We live in a country of music with songs and stories underneath us all the time. Each one of our singer-songwriters here is part of the beating heart of American music, the tapestry of story and song that has been weaving us together for generations. And we're so glad and fortunate to be able to share that with all of you who are watching tonight and with each other as well. In the before times, if we wanted to see a show like this with songwriters and performers of this caliber, we'd have to be traveling all over the country to various venues and open mics and looking for the best of the best. Of course, that's an adventure in itself, which would be a lot of fun to do when things are back to the way they were. But tonight, we're going to use the wonders of technology to connect with all these performers and enjoy their music right here in our own living rooms. It's our opportunity to see the best of the best all at the same time. We want everyone out there in YouTube land to know that we enjoy spending time with each other here, as well as performing for you. And in addition to each performer playing one or two songs, in this case two, we're going to spend some time getting to know them. We hope that you enjoy it as much as we do. The lineup is on the website, and it's also in the description that's beneath the YouTube video. So you can always check it and see who's going to be up next. And we're going to be here for a couple hours, give or take. I'd like to introduce everyone to you now. First of all, our team. We have TK, who is our engineer and our switchboard operator and our soundman, and he's also going to perform for us tonight. And we have Pete Summer, who is our interviewer. And we have me, Daphne Remiel, who will be your MC. And as far as the performers go, we're going to have each one wave as we call their name. Number one is Cowboy Rex from Phoenix, Arizona. We have Andy Karn from Mountain View, California. Paul A. Bear from San Jose, California. And TK Tran, also from San Jose, California. Rob Cork from Beaverton, Oregon. Glen Gardner from Phoenix, Arizona. Beth Hammond from Portland, Oregon. Our revolutionary healer, Eine Schneider from Burnsville, North Carolina. And Ron Selfridge from Eugene, Oregon. So, I think with that, we should begin our show. All right, everybody, get ready for Cowboy Rex. Take it away.
I am unmuted. Hi, everybody. Okay, little did I know I was going to be first, but I'm happy to be first. This is a great thing. Thank you so much for doing this. These songs are Cowboy Rex originals, and this first song is a love song that focuses on the primary emotion of falling in love, which is insecurity. Making trouble in the afternoon, making loving in the night. You make me wonder if I'm losing you. Then you make everything alright. I wanna know if this is real love. You say it's just too soon to tell. All I know is that you're beautiful. In your heart and mine as well. Just like the mountains roll on to the plains, just like the oceans kiss the sand, it's only natural the way I feel every time I hold your hand. I wanna know if this is really love. You say that only time can tell. All I know is that you're beautiful in your heart and mine as well. Girl, I love the way you fit your jeans. I love the fragrance of your hair. And I love that little song that you sing when you think that I'm not there. Are you the love I have been looking for? You smile and say, boy, can't you tell? All I know is that you're beautiful in your heart and mine as well. Are you the love I have been longing for? Your smiling eyes say, can't you tell? All I know is that you're beautiful in your heart and mine as well. All I know is that you're beautiful in your heart and mine as well.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Oh my! I've been on the radio when I was young, you know. Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
You're welcome.
On to the next. Yes?
Yes. Take
Okay.
away the next song. We're all ready.
Okay. I should preface this song by saying there was this sheep herder that had a whole lot of sheep, and one of them got away. So he went out to find that sheep, and when he found it, he was happier about having found that one that got lost than the ones that he had left behind. And so I could call this the sheep herder and the hitchhiker, but I choose to call it Taillights. Walking down the road one night, just trying to catch a ride. Somewhere, anywhere but here, not a tail light in sight. A sudden storm came rolling in, wind and raining all around. In a lightning flash I saw a man as he stepped out of the clouds. Man who rides on a storm, I thought, probably no point to run away. The thunder seemed to become his voice. This is what I heard it say. I have left the 99. I seek the one that has been lost. I will find and save my sheep, no matter what the cost. No lost sheep out here, I said. Been here all night and I should know. Then he came close and looked into my eyes, lighting the darkness of my soul. I saw the raging storm that was my life, but I felt peace I'd never had. When he came close, reaching out to me, I saw the nail scars in his hands. Just then the storm was full of light, brake lights flashing in the rain. As I climbed up into the cab, this is the song the trucker's radio was playing. I have left the 99. I seek the one that has been lost. I will find and save my sheep, no matter what the cost. I will find and save my sheep, no matter what the cost. Thanks, guys.
Very sweet.
Wow. Where have you been hiding, Cowboy Rex? My goodness. I forgot to mention that you are one of the people who go to and I think founded the Live Music Cooperative in Phoenix, Arizona, which is a listening room that is evidently a very good one. And
Oh, yeah, we have a lot of fun. Actually, Glen is the real big boss.
well, I would love to come there and hear you sing for sure.
Oh, that would be wonderful. Well, if you came, you'd have to sing yourself.
Maybe.
Well, nice job, Cowboy Rex.
Thank you.
Which, I have to ask this question. What is the origin of that name, Cowboy Rex?
Oh, it has to do with how many times I've fallen off my horses.
Oh, okay. Okay, there you go.
People have asked me if I'm a real cowboy, and I said, well, I have a fractured skull, and I have broken ribs, and a bad knee, and been stepped on and spit on and banged in the head, and I don't know what it takes to be a real cowboy, but I sure got a lot of pains from it.
There you go. And you should see the horse, right?
Yeah, right.
There you go. If you think I think
You
I'm
look bad.
Yeah. There you go. So I've been to the Phoenix area a couple of times, and one time I was there for Kingston Trio, Bloodlines, Jon Stewart camp. Have you participated in that?
No,
at
I've
all?
never been to it. I know it's there, but I've never been.
Yeah,
That's a very cool thing.
Last time I was there was 2008, and it was a wonderful experience. I got to meet quite a few people there. And your guitar, and I know what I can't see it really here on the square, and neither can anybody else. But it's a Guild 12-string, is what I remember looking at your website.
Yeah, it's a Guild.
Yeah, that's a beautiful guitar. What
big body maple one?
Yeah, is that the 212 XL?
I think so. Let me see.
Yeah. Yeah, I have one of those here in my studio.
It's a JT3012. 30.
There you go. Well,
something
yeah.
12.
It sounds wonderful. So off the top, what do you think makes a great musician?
Oh gosh, I think it's to be any good, it takes a lot of work. So first of all, it requires a certain amount of stick-to-itiveness. And if you don't have it, you won't be a great musician. And then a little bit of it is having talent. And be honest with you, we see people who come to our open mic who, when they first get there, they suck, and they keep coming back, and they get better and better because the opportunity is there, and they keep working at it. So mostly it's hard work.
Yep. Perseverance, confidence, all those things. Great. Well, thank you so much for sharing, and look forward to hearing more of you, and maybe get down to the Phoenix area again for me and pop into your open mic.
That'd be great.
Thanks a lot.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you again, Cowboy Rex. And now, from San Jose, we'd like to introduce Andy Karn, who plays online on open mics, and he sometimes plays at Art Boutique, which is a wonderful little venue in San Jose for acoustic music. And he's gone to Bogies also, where there's another open mic. But today he's with us. So take it away, Andy.
Thanks, Daphne. That was really great, Cowboy Rex. Really appreciated that. So today I have a couple of songs. Of course, they're my songs. Those are the rules. And the first one I'm going to play for you is called Charlie Steps Aside. On the road, getting by on everything. They often don't see eye to eye until it's time for them to sing, and Charlie steps aside, lets Ira in to harmonize. Voices to one another time, cast together in the skies. The time passed like it always does. Bridges burned and money owed. And on one late spring afternoon, Ira died out on the road, and Charlie steps aside, lets Ira in to harmonize. Voices to one another tight, cast together in the sky. Charlie says that harmony should be a part of any song, and he still moves to share the stage. Now the harmony is gone, and when Charlie steps aside. Let's run to harmonize. Voices to one another tied, cast together in the sky. Say if Satan's real. The nearest God has been to me is how the music makes me feel when Charlie steps aside. Let's run to harmonize. Voices to one another tied, together in the skies. I like to think that there's a place, maybe only in my heart, where those two brothers still do sing together, never more to part. And Charlie steps aside. Let's run to harmonize. Voices to one another tied, cast together in the skies.
Yeah, that was great.
Yeah.
That was great.
Great
job.
Good stuff.
I like the line about the nearest I came to God was when the music.
Thanks, Dad.
And each time the chorus comes around, you can just feel the picture you're painting. You feel like you're in it.
Thank you. All right, so for the next one, let's see. The next one's called Whiskey Don't Cure Nothing. Under the land of the sky blue waters, that barroom in paradise, sat a man who'd seen his better days, dispensing free advice. Everything a man could do, old Charlie had done twice, but he dropped one pearl of wisdom my mind held like a vice. He said, I seen a lot of fellers, and I seen a few gals too, sit here drinking whiskey like it's going in their shoes. Maybe someone done them rotten, or their glory days are through, or they just can't find nobody to take away their blues. But whiskey don't cure nothing, Mr. Charlie said, and I believe it's true. Well, you just wake up with the same old heartache and the same old hellhound dogging you. Now I come in here a time or two to whiten my mustache and exorcise my demons by drinking sour mash. Well, I wake up with a headache and a mouth that tastes like trash, but I still got all them demons and I'm missing all my cash. 'Cause whiskey don't cure nothing, Mr. Charlie true. You just wake up with the same old heartache and the same old hellhounds dogging you. Now the years have passed, old Charlie's gone. Now I sit on this stool, handing out the sage advice. You get free from a fool, but if you think drinking whiskey will make your life less cruel, just drink on up, you'll find out the truth behind this rule. That whiskey don't cure nothing. Mr. Charlie, listen, I believe it's true. Well, you just wake up with the same old heartache and the same old hellhound dogging you.
That was
Yeah.
great. That was great. Good job.
Good job, Andy.
Great.
Nice,
I've heard
Andy.
you play that before, but I like to hear you play it again. So there we go.
That was good.
Very good, Andy. And here's cheers to you, man. Here we go.
Oh,
Just don't expect too much.
This now, I better do these interviews early because it's going to be that's iced tea. Don't worry about it. Andy, is there something you'd like to share, the background or the influences of those two songs?
Yeah, I was expecting you to ask that. They're actually both inspired by Charlie Louvin, of the Louvin brothers, who is, if you don't know, if you're not familiar with them, one of those brother harmony groups, and they sang gospel and old country stuff. And the first song is about an interview I heard with Charlie long after Ira had passed, and he said that even to that day, every time he went to sing on stage, he always kind of got out of the way for Ira, even though, Ira hadn't been part of the group for years. And I just thought, oh God, if that's not a country song, I've never heard one. He's getting out of the way of his long dead brother on stage. Oh dear, I'm get out the Kleenex now, And then the second one is something that Charlie Louvin said in his book. He wrote a really interesting autobiography called Satan is Real, which is the name of one of their albums. And the Louvin brothers are famous for being covered by, the Byrds and Graham Parsons and, those Emmylou Harris, covered one of their tunes. So they're real popular with that kind of alt country, crowd. And he said that, Ira was quite a drinker, and Charlie said, the thing about whiskey is that it doesn't cure anything. The next day you have all the same problems you had before. It never helps at all. I mean, you can drink it; it's just not going to help you.
It keeps the liquor store coffers full, but
True.
or the bars. So that's the one keeps the economy going, and as far as the alcohol goes. So just one more question for you. How do you feel the internet has impacted the music business, or just music in general?
Well, the thing is, the old music business was people, riding around performing live, and that was how you made money. And the record industry really disrupted that by giving musicians a way to get rich, sort of retail, because they would get a cut of the records, when they didn't get ripped off, which was not often. But the thing, we're kind of back to the way it was before. You still can't make money as a musician unless you play live and charge people admission. the internet, I guess the internet is like the record industry, only they're just as bad and they won't pay you anything. And, I thank God I don't rely on it for my income. But, I hear nothing but bad things about the internet for musicians. If it gets people into your next live act, though, it's great,
Yeah, you just gotta play the marketing strategies and the PayPal and all that, and Venmo and all that good stuff. So anyhow,
if you can sell stuff through your website, then you might make some money that way.
Yeah.
And of course, the people way at the top make plenty of money.
Very, very true. Very true. Well, thank you, Andy. And got to get you over to add to your open mics and get over to Menlo for Cafe Zoe's on the third Friday.
Every third Friday. Yeah. That's really tempting. I might try that out.
Just the third Friday.
That's my old stomping grounds, Menlo Park.
There you go. Well, thanks so much for sharing. Take care.
Thank you.
Well, thanks again, Andy. Good to hear you again. And now for someone who hasn't been on Open Mic America before, we have Paul A. Bear from San Jose, California. And Paul was telling us earlier that, like Andy, he's played at Art Boutique in San Jose. And some open mics would be the ones at Hubs, which has closed down, now moved over to Bogies, right? And he's here today. So you got the stage, Paul.
Why, thank you. It's nice to have a stage of any kind at this point, and I really appreciate the opportunity. This first song I wrote quite some time ago. It was in that interval, that awkward space between the end of my first marriage and the beginning of my second, and I was doing things to try and improve myself. And one of them was taking dancing lessons at Arthur Murray Studios, and the other one was taking a songwriting class, and the two of them combined in an interesting way. So that's this first song. I was learning to dance, didn't set out to meet anybody. I didn't need a romance, just checking down a demon or two. When you came through the door, I acted real cool, it wasn't easy. I knew I saw trouble, but I didn't turn away from the view. Now it's an old story, a major deja vu. I started my imagination when I was looking at you. And once the damn thing gets rolling, don't seem a thing I can do before I'm over my head over heels in a stew over you. So I asked for a date, I'm guessing you thought what the hey. We had some lunch and we talked and we took a long walk by the bay. We were having such a fine time that when it came to the end, I leaned in real close and we parted just friends. Now it's an old story, I didn't know what to do. I thought we had something going, but it was only half true. How come I'm always mistaken? How come I'm always confused? And then over my head over heels in a stew over you. So I started a new class to take my mind off my trouble. Learn to play the guitar and maybe write a song or two. I started writing about us, the making and the breaking of bubbles. When from the corner of my eye I took notice of somebody new. Can't be the same old story. About time I learned something new, don't you think? I'm using my imagination. on something other than you and what you think. So I can see what is happening, so I can see what is true, and knock it over my head, over heels, and then blue over you.
Aha!
That was great.
What a joyful song.
Yeah, there's some lessons in there somewhere. And this next song is one that I actually, since the new year began, I was working with a songwriting group. There's 4 of us to get together every week, and we commit to write a song. And so we've been doing that since January. And there's a couple of good ones that come out, but a lot of clinkers. And there's a lot of times when we go through the exercise and we're just get there in the nick of time with the lyric, but we don't have any music. So we decided to deal with that problem by saying, well, how about we provide each other with the other person's lyrics and see how we do trying to write the music for someone else's song. And this next song is a collaboration like that, except that my partner, Fawn Bell, wrote a poem that was more of a free verse poem. It didn't have, meter and rhyme and things. And it was a beautiful thing about how clothespins twisting on a clothesline. And I studied it, and then I sat down and just let it come. And this is what came. And they think this is my best one. So it's our best one. Fawn Bell and I wrote this thing I call Clothespinned. When light shines on the clothesline, the clothespins hang on tight, just like gravity entrains the moon. Their spring knows what is right. The threads of the line will fray in time, and rot will take the posts. The clothesline's days are numbered, yet this beauty is pinned where it floats. Now the clothespins are morning lit, simple, subtle by design. Peace in the world expressed just so, yellow, blue, sublime. The threads of the line will fray in time, and rot will take the posts. The clothesline's days are numbered, yet this beauty is pinned where it floats. Now they twist on the line they share, half pirouettes, a cosmic dance, on a filament extraordinaire, yet common at a glance. The threads of the line will fray in time, and rot will take the posts. The clothesline's days are numbered, yet this beauty is pinned where it flows. Light rests on the clothespins, the line, and they are mute. Do they know their carefree spinning, luminous and absolute? The threads of the line will fray in time, and rot will take the posts. The clothesline's days are numbered, yet this beauty is pinned where it flows. This beauty is pinned where it flows.
Oh, how beautiful.
Thank you.
So imaginative.
Well, a lot of the imagination was from my friend Fawn, just for having seen that scene and captured it in a poem. And I have found that it's quite wonderful to take a free verse poem or something like that and try to capture what I experienced in what she wrote and make a song out of it. And that just felt like such a great place to be. So thank you.
Yeah, that combination that was great, Paul. It was a good mix. Do you play any other instruments other than guitar?
Well, I attempt to play a lot of different instruments.
Okay.
In my music corner in the other room, I've got a didgeridoo and 3 flutes and a lot of hand drums and and harmonicas that's sitting there, and I even have some spoons that I made for playing the spoons. But none of those are things that I would play in public just yet.
Okay. Do you have a favorite guitar?
You know, the acoustic that I was playing is a Martin D28 that I have had most of my musical life. I got it just after college, and it's been my constant companion. And then this electric that I got, that's kind of a fun new addition, and that has helped me to move away from the first 5 frets. So I'm really grateful for that.
I totally understand that, and you can't go wrong with either one of those. It's great. Anything you want to add regarding the motivation of those songs, other than you've already said?
Well, I mean, I started out like so many people, just playing Peter, Paul, and Mary and whatever, drinking cheap wine with my friends around the lake. And didn't think of writing songs until somewhat later in my life. And then it was hit or miss. And then more recently, when I got together with that group, at first I was like really nervous, just raising my hand saying, yeah, I'll sign up to do this every week. And thinking, yeah, there's no way I could write a new song every week. And I'll be darned, if you're with a group of other people, even a group like this, 3 other people, and you have that commitment, we give ourselves a prompt like, he died, or what about that, or just a little phrase, and we go off, and a week later we come back with whatever we've written and share it. It's amazing what that pulls out of you. And so I really recommend that to all my songwriting friends here, and to anybody that thinks they can't do it.
Yeah,
Get together with some folks.
Totally agree. I'm more of a collaborative writer myself. A blank piece of paper stays a blank piece of paper if I'm in a room by myself. Mm-hmm. So I can't be trusted. So from that point. But thank you so much for sharing, Paul, and look forward to seeing you out in the world when we're free again. And you too, come on over to Cafe Zoe's in Menlo. It's not that far away. So
it's not. All right. Anyway. Thank you.
Well, thank you so much.
Thank you, Paul, and thank you for that little tip. I like to call myself a song writer because I wrote many songs, but I am not writing any songs, and I haven't for a long time. And maybe what you're saying, if that really works, then it might be worth a try. So,
it works.
Okay, it couldn't hurt, right? So thank you for that. It's a good tip. And beautiful songs. And now we're going to go to our sound engineer and switchboard operator who switched himself on Spotlight. Wow, TK, just effortlessly there. He's from San Jose, and he plays at a place called Cafe Lift in San Jose, which meets once a month, actually. And it's a very nicely run open mic. I've been there once. So TK, take it away.
Okay, thank you, Daphna. It's good to be here. Always good to play this show. So I'll play a few songs for you guys. This first one is one I don't play much, but it's probably one of my favorite songs I've written. It's a pretty heavy topic, so there's that. It's called "If You Could Write to Heaven." If you could write to heaven, I'd write some up to Granddad. Tell 'em about that bass last week at the lake, and how fishing just ain't been the same. I'd ask him how Grandma's been, how they both been keeping busy. And if the streets are paved with gold, if it rains up there, and if they ever get cold. If you could ride to heaven, would you put your pen to paper, seal it up in that envelope, mail it out and wait for one to come back to you? If you could ride to heaven, who would you ride to? If you could ride to heaven, I'd write to that friend from school. She was going through a lot in her life. It's a shame no one caught it in time. I tell her that we still miss her, and that none of it was her fault. We hope she doesn't hurt anymore, and that she's happier than before. If you could ride to heaven, would you put your pen to paper, seal it up in that envelope, mail it out and wait for one to come back to you? If you could ride to heaven, who would you ride to? If you could ride to heaven, who would you ride to?
Oh, wow.
Way to cast a spell.
Yeah.
Cool.
Wow.
Great stuff, TK.
Thank you.
Very touching.
I'm gonna tune up here and then play my second song. Okay, this song is kind of the opposite of what Andy played. This one's called Critical Drinking Skills. I may not be the sharpest tool in the shed, and I can't do that math so good in my head. I don't spend my time reading them books, and I can't say I'm much of a cook, but I got critical drinking skills. I pick up on alcoholic social cues. I'm a logical bourbon sipper. a problem-solving beer bong ripper. I'm a cognitive wine connoisseur, an intelligent drinker, of course, perceptive of when you need a refill. I've got these critical drinking skills. I don't do well with speaking in public, and learning just ain't my best subject. I can't fix a truck if it don't run, and I'd waste your ammo if you give me your gun. But I got critical drinking skills. I pick up on alcoholic social cues. I'm a logical bourbon sipper, a problem-solving beer bong ripper. I'm a cognitive wine connoisseur, an intelligent drinker, of course, perceptive of when you need a refill. I got these critical drinking skills. Come to drink of it, great minds we drink alike. I drink, therefore I am. Don't drink twice, it's alright. Drink more than twice. But I got these critical drinking skills. I pick up on alcoholic social cues. I'm a logical bourbon sipper, a problem-solving beer bong ripper. I'm a cognitive wine connoisseur, an intelligent drinker, of course, perceptive of when you need a refill. I got these critical drinking skills.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Funny.
Look at that being the same person singing both songs.
The flip side, right, TK?
Yeah, that's right. Those songs are pretty opposite.
Yeah. So, okay, it begs the question: what was the background or influences, or would you like to share that with either or both of those songs?
Well, for the first song, I was thinking, if there was a phone up in heaven, who would you call? But that song was already written, so I had to go backwards and do the letter writing type of song. And for the second song, it was a number of drinks I had, and I needed something to do that night, so I wrote that.
So it was inspired, as you say?
Yeah, it was inspired by experience. Real
Okay.
time.
Okay. Any brand you want to lay claim to the inspiration?
Just whatever's bottom shelf.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Good.
That's my go-to.
Okay. So, what is it about music that makes you feel passionate to keep on doing it?
I think it's a common answer, but it's a way to express yourself. Some people like dancing, some people like writing, drawing. I can't draw, so I sing and play guitar. But it's always good to get stuff out. I think we can all agree that, whether it's negative stuff or positive stuff. So that's what keeps me coming back to it.
Yeah, cool. You have one song to listen to the rest of your life. What would it be?
George Jones, He Stopped Loving Her Today.
Okay.
That's my good.
Wrong answer. No, it's good answer. Thanks, TK. Thanks for jumping in here. Okay. Look forward to hearing you next time and seeing you out in the world. Next, Daphne.
I was just waiting for the motorcycle to go by before I unmuted, and it did right on cue. Well, thank you again, TK, and thank you for all the work you do for Hope and Mike America also. So double thanks. And now we are going to go to Beaverton, Oregon, to hear and see Rob Cork. And Rob was telling us that he likes to play at a place called the Influence Music Hall, which is now a hybrid kind of situation, but something possibly to check out if you're in Beaverton, Oregon, or online maybe. Anyway, welcome, Rob Cork. You got the stage.
Thanks, you guys, and thanks for having me back. I appreciate it. It was real fun last time, and Capo Dave was kind enough to offer to bring us back. This is my wife, Penny. She's my songwriting partner. These songs are all collaborations of ours. In some cases, I'm kind of the mechanic, the mechanic and the front guy. A lot of times I actually have some input on the lyrics. Every once in a while I'll get a fully formed melody, and all I have to do is put it together. But these are a couple of those songs. And this first one is not quite as country as we just heard, but it's a step in that direction anyhow. I might, if y'all ask, maybe Penny will give you some of the background on some of these songs when we're done. But anyhow, this is called Dying Faster. He walked into his field that day to see how much the storm had taken away. The earth felt soft beneath his feet, though the corn still looked sweet. It was dying faster than it was growing. Pulled on our boots and said, I'm leaving. If you're lucky, you'll see me later on this evening. As he watched her drive away, he wished like hell she'd stay. Their love was dying faster than it was growing. Her wedding roses on the vine. She's got his heart and he's got time. Days go slow and nights are longer. Seems like that girl was built to filled with coffee and think until the coulda, woulda, shoulda start to sink him, sitting on that porch alone, staring at his telephone. The day was dying faster than it was growing. Sooner or later he's got to know. Staring down that long dirt road, no headlights or dust to blow. That girl ain't never coming home. Simple man knows the simple truth that love needs wings, love needs roots. So if she's got to fly away, he'll tell himself he'll be okay. Praying to angels and fighting demons, she's only there when he's dreaming. He's still searching for a sign. Though the stars still shine bright, their light is dying faster than it's growing. Their light is dying faster than it's growing.
Yeah, what a good songwriting team.
Great song.
Now this next one it's new. It's new enough where I want to keep the words handy in case I have a brain fart, so, which is always possible. Like I said, this is a brand new song that kind of came out of a trip we took. We needed to get out and do a lot of what it says in that song. This song. love song, if you will. It's called Take Me There. Is there a place where phones don't ring? The only music is what songbirds sing. The sky is blue and the forest still green. Take me there. Is there a place where the air is sweet? The earth is quiet beneath our feet. Meadows of wildflowers courting bees. Take me there, take me there, to the place that I'm longing for, where just enough is so much more than we'll ever want or need. Take me there, to a place we've never been before, where we can rest and restore. Whatever are we waiting for? Take me there. Is there a place where we can watch the dawn as ducks and geese glide along past egrets on a mirror pond? Take me there. Is there a place with a canopy of stars as conversations stretch on for hours? Nothing to do but be in love with you. Take me there, take me there, to the place that I'm longing for, where just enough is so much more than we'll ever want or need. Take me there, to the place we've never been before, where we can rest and restore. Whatever are we waiting for? Take me there. Take me there. Take me there. Somewhere down this winding road, we don't know if we don't go. Take me there. Whatever are we waiting for? Take me there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
I wanna
take
go
me
there
there too. I want to go. Yeah. Author.
Very nice, Rob. Great songs. Is there anything else you'd like to add as far as a background or influences to those songs?
You want to take that one, Penny?
Yeah, Dying Faster was actually inspired by a comment that Rob's chiropractor made. He was talking about nerve damage and how the late actor Christopher Reeve was working to regain his strength, and that at some point in time there was a thought that he may actually be able to walk again, but unfortunately his nerves were dying faster than he could actually improve. And I just really liked that phrase, dying faster. And I was wondering how else I could apply that. And I took it as a metaphor for a relationship.
Oh.
So, Dr. Aaron Radspinner, if I can say, he's a wonderful chiropractor. Discover Chiropractic in Beaverton. If
Anybody's
you're
in the area.
If you ever need a chiropractor,
One
I
of the world's
highly
nicest
recommend
people,
him.
yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
And great
Great.
inspiration for a song.
Yeah,
so.
That's a great background. That's super. So, what are your goals as songwriters? What do you want to do with your songs?
Well, we want our songs to be heard and hopefully touch someone's heart in a way.
Okay.
Kind of cliche answers, I guess, but so people don't feel so alone in the world.
So, and getting the songs out, what's the vehicle? Are you recording them yourselves for your own distribution, or would you like to maybe, have somebody, would you be looking to have somebody else perform them that's, that's touring or something?
If somebody wants to cover one of our songs, I believe they have their blessing, so long as they have a little bit of cheddar too. But yeah, I mean, all these songs have been produced, and most of them are like that close to being done. I've got probably close to 10 of them, and there's a variety too. There are these sort of touching little songs, and the problem is new ones come out before you finish the old ones. So,
Right, and it's a constant state of evolution, right?
Yeah, and there's the day job that gets in, gotta make a living kind of thing,
Yeah, got to pay for the electricity. So, describe your favorite or least favorite part of being a musician.
That's you.
Oh my goodness. Well, my least favorite part is, okay, so let me I'm going to go back to Influence Music Hall. You guys were talking about a generous listening room, and when Influence Music Hall was a brick and mortar establishment where it was our house, and I do mean our house. It was run by a nonprofit called Tualatin Valley Arts, but Influence Music Hall was made up of everybody who was there, and it was. And I think I mentioned this the last time I was here. It was the kind of room where you could have a kid doing his recital stuff on the house piano, or an all-girl middle school band whose big achievement is all jumping at the same time. Or, one of us, or somebody who's just starting or whatever. And people would sit and listen, and they would applaud. No advice, no nothing. If somebody came up to you afterwards and said, hey, what can I do? Great, we're all ears. But it was exactly that. So that's really... That's a big thing, and that's kind of what got me back into it, because back in the day, back in the Eugene kind of rock and roll days, that's what really kind of turned me off about the music biz is, the head cut and the one-upsmanship, all that kind of, team sports mentality, which was never really my thing, and I get little reminders that that's kind of how some people operate, and it amazes me how naive I still am, even though I've learned all those lessons I still see. So I think that's my least favorite part, is the kind of the competitive nature, the maybe lack of support. And when I do see the support, I'm chuffed. I think those are my people.
Yeah, I've been fortunate because this whole community that Dave has put together for Open Mic America, and all the other communities that Daphna's been doing with Zoom for Open Mic Arona, and so many of the other open mics that I've participated in. The cooperation and the collaboration and the support in all those venues has just been fabulous, and all the people, the community has just been fabulous. Anyway, that's my 2 cents. Coming from LA, it was a very welcome relief. So
I imagine. So I grew up in Palo Alto, just down the street from Menlo Park, back when it was a chill place. Back when there were orchards between Palo Alto and Menlo Park. To give you an idea how long ago that was. So
yeah.
So I remember the Bay Area machine, that's for sure.
Yeah, it's been fun. Anyway, Rob, thank you so much for sharing, and look forward to hearing more from you next time.
Thank you.
Another motorcycle, but never mind. Thank you, Rob. We are your people, and you are our people as well. So well put. So well put. And now we're going to go to Phoenix, Arizona again for the second time. We sure are traveling all around to Glen Gardner, who has helped, or maybe he was mostly responsible for founding the live music cooperative that Cowboy Rex mentioned. And he also participates in the online Fiddler's Dream venue. It's an online venue, and he talked about an international one as well. So welcome to Glen Gardner.
Yay!
Thank you. Thank you so much. Really a pleasure to be here. Kind of a pleasure to be anywhere. All right. I'm going to do, everybody's doing songs I wrote, obviously, so I'm going to do a couple of songs that I wrote. And I spent a lot of years in the music business. I was very lucky to get paid for 50 years in the music business, and retired a couple of years ago, and gave me a chance to work more on my own stuff because my job was generally helping other people make their songs more commercially viable, let's say. It's where the music and the money met. So anyway, this song, I did an album last year, and it's called Porchlight, all original stuff of mine. And my friend Cowboy, who I started the Arizona Live Music Cooperative with, produced it. And it literally was released, I think, on the day that they shut Arizona down. My timing was absolutely impeccable. But anyway, it's up there on Spotify and iTunes and all the normal kind of places, and it's called Porchlight. And this is the title track from that album, and it's not really a story song. It's just kind of a snippets of feelings and whatnot. And I wrote it maybe a year and a half ago about it just kind of sucks to be an orphan no matter how old you are, if that makes any kind of sense to you. Okay, so here's Porchlight. Mom, leave the porch light on for me. Not coming home till I feel free. Just leave the porch light on for me. Think I'll play some hide and seek. Just leave the porch light on for me. Gonna carve my initials in that tree. School bell rings out at 3. Just leave the porch light on for me. Red Rover, take me back over. Porch lights on, but I'm still gone. Red Rover, take me back over. Porch lights on, but I'm still gone. Mom, leave the porch light on for me. Not coming home till I feel free. Just leave the porch light on for me. Think I'll play some hide and seek. Just leave the porch light on for me. Gonna climb that old tree. School bell rings out at 3. Just leave that porch light on for me.
Yeah, good job.
Oh, bravo.
Yeah, excellent.
Beautiful guitar
Yes,
playing.
That's called Porchlight. Thank you, thank you. All right, just going to do a quick retune here. Guitar teacher of mine said, never do this on stage. Oh well. All right, so this next one's a little bit more recent. And this was kind of after I retired, and then Cowboy and I got involved in putting this Arizona Live Music Cooperative thing together. I had to kind of learn not to push so hard to make stuff happen, because when you're in the working world, that's what people expect. They're going to pay you, and you gotta make something happen generally, or they're going to stop paying you. But in my retirement job, that's not necessarily the case, and this song just kind of came to me, and it's called "The Flow," and it's about just kind of letting things happen if you can. I'm trying. I'm rolling down a river in my canoe, don't know quite what to do. I lost my paddle, I might be through. Just then a voice says, here's what you do. Go on and give it up. Just go with the flow. Let the river take you wherever she'll go. Running the rapids ain't an easy game. Rushing water won't be tamed. I'm moving fast and there are rocks ahead. I got no rudder. Then that voice says, go on and give it up. Just go with the flow. Let the river take you wherever she'll go. Wherever she'll go. River takes me to a brand new place. The water calms, I find my pace. Turns out sometimes paddles are a waste. Then the voice says, you found grace, so go on and give it up. Just go with the flow. Let the river take you wherever she'll go. Wherever she'll go. Wherever she'll go.
Really good.
Thank you guys so much.
Real nice, Glenn. Real nice. Your sound is I love it. What kind of guitar is that?
It is a John Kammerer guitar. They're built in Iowa, and it's just an amazing guitar. I'm just lucky to be its steward, for a while. It's just it's an amazing guitar.
It's got great sound. Are you processing it, or any effects that you're?
Oh no, I mean I don't have any pedals or anything. It's just really into a USB, interface and out to the world. Maybe a little bit of reverb on it, I think.
Okay.
That's about it.
No, so that's the not to get too technical, but that's the sound of the guitar. I mean it's beautiful sounding.
Yeah, well, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
And if you want to look him up, it's John Kammerer, Kammerer, I think. Still making
okay.
guitars, Jon, yeah.
Okay, cool.
Started off as an engineering thesis, actually, believe it or not.
That's great. So what I have to begs the question, what did you do in the music industry? What
Well, did several things. I started out on the radio, and then moved into concert promotion and stuff like that, and then into kind of being a hired gun for some of the labels to work with some of their bands that were kind of up and coming, and talk to them, listen to the music and say, well, if because when you're stepping into a commercial venue, it's a different thing. And say, look, if your goal is to make money, here's what you need to do with that song. If your goal is to have something nice for your girlfriend to play, in your bedroom, it's awesome, but that's not Walmart.
Right.
So, that it's like, well, you're taking too long to get to the hook there. It takes 6 minutes to get into the musical hook or the lyrical hook or something like that. And but I for 40 years or 50 years, I never worked on my own music. I was working on other people's music, and so what's been nice the past few years is I could work on my own stuff. But that's pretty much what I did. I owned some radio stations, and did a lot of consulting, but always music. So it was and still music. So I really feel like maybe the luckiest person in the world.
I love the music business. I started in the music business, segued into other things, and now I'm back to the music business since I'm retired also. So it's been fun, and there that differentiation between a hobby and a profession for a song is difficult to convey sometimes, because as the creator we think, oh, hey, this is great and my friends like it. But if you want commercial success, as you point out, you have to change things sometimes.
Then it's about money. It's not just about the music. It's about money.
Right.
And I guess what I like now is I'm actually not in the music business. I'm just in music.
Mm-hmm.
So I can do whatever the hell I want. I can write a lousy song and play it, and that's fine.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun again, right?
Yeah, it was always fun, and again, I really consider myself to be lucky. I ended up getting 2 platinum records and 2 gold records for work that I did, but they weren't my projects. They were someone else's projects, and not really where my ears were actually at. One of them's Rob Zombie, one of them's Seven Dust, one of them is Mudvayne. It was a lot of hard, heavy stuff, but
wow, impressive. So have you been in Arizona or for most of your life, or no?
No, I've been here 3 years.
Oh, 3 years. Okay.
I depend on Cowboy to tell me what to do down here, because he's been here his whole life, basically.
Got it. So
if I need to know something, I call him and say, hey, what the hell are these people talking about?
So you wouldn't have participated in the Kingston Trio or Bloodlines camper things? Probably
No,
not.
I wouldn't have. I would have more than likely participated in Headbangers Ball or something.
There you go. Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Kingston Trio. Now I would, but.
Yeah, cool. Well, Glen, thank you so much for sharing and being on the show today. That was great stuff.
Blast to be here. And,
I look
and
forward to hearing more.
what you guys are doing, really congratulations and much success, because this is so needed. And I've talked to so many people that have said, without this venue, without these online venues, I don't think I would have made it through the last 18 months. So
absolutely.
Thank you very much.
Well,
Music heals.
We are glad to be here, and thank you for being a part of it, Glen. Thank you. And now we're going to hear from Beth Hammond, who has been here before as well, and I'm so excited to hear her again. And if you go to synagogue anywhere in the United States, and you're lucky enough to be in a synagogue where Beth is hired to be a cantorial soloist, then you'll get to hear her live there. And it could be many places in the United States, because she goes all over. And in addition to that, she did mention that she does like a venue in Portland called the Leakum Brewing.
Like 'em?
Like 'em.
Brewing.
Like 'em.
Yeah.
EI is I and not E. Yes. Thank you for correcting me.
Yeah, it's a sweet little brew pub in Southeast Portland, and I love playing there.
Good. Well, we love you playing here. Take it
Thank
away.
you so much, Daphne, and thanks for having me back. This is really delightful to have been invited back. So, I thought I'd start with just a short little sweet love song. A lot of my stuff's informed by Judaism and Jewish practice and Jewish thought. We are told that after the world was created, all the sparks of divinity landed in each one of us. And part of our job here on earth is to recognize the holy spark in the next person, and how much more beautiful that is when that turns out to be the one you fall in love with. So I wrote a song for my sweetie, with whom I just celebrated 18 years of marriage. I wrote this about 6 months before our wedding day, and it's called Sparks. I think the law is wrong, the one that tells us not to light a spark on God's holy day. The law can't understand the workings of the human heart in all we do and say. When I look into your eyes, sparks go off behind mine, and I can't see for all the glare. But I know that you are here, and now have your spark with mine to keep me warm. A jar broke in the world, and it cut loose 100 million sparks. They fell all around. Well, I'm a lucky girl, because a spark fell right into my life, turned it upside down. When I look into your eyes, sparks go off behind mine, and I can't see for all the glare. But I know that you are here, and all I need's your hand in mine to keep us warm.
What a delicious song.
So, this is the title song from an album that I released approximately 3 weeks before everything shut down, which meant that I could not tour the album or whatever. And yet it's probably the reason that I made the song's the reason I made the album. In the Jewish tradition, when someone dies, the body of that person cannot be left alone from the time of death until the time of burial. And part of that process includes people who take turns sitting with the closed casket in a room. And these people are shomrim, they're guardians, and it's their job to stay there and make sure that the body of that person is never left unattended. And it's a really powerful thing that we can do, because that person will never be able to thank us for it. Sitting in the room with the body of someone who has died was for me an invitation to consider really profound questions of life and death and eternity in ways that I hadn't thought before. And it led me to write this song called The Watchman's Chair. so still that everything out there becomes nothing in here. Before me is a pine box, unpainted, unadorned, but for a little wooden star they glued on top. The star floats above the man inside the box, sealed off from everything, become nothing, lying oh so still, too still for sleep. And in that hour I will keep caring watch over the body of the man who is no more. Starlight doesn't shine in here. I sit beside the casket and it's strange to feel no fear. I know that it will be my turn one day, and though I'll no longer know enough to care, I hope that someone else will take my place and take their turn in the watchman's chair. Some may place a candle at their loved one's head and feet to light up the way to heaven. The custom here is different. We take turns taking care of our dearly beloved one. Each one of us is a candle, lighting a heart-shaped hole poked in a world that's fast asleep. And for this hour I will keep caring watch over the body of the one who is no more. Starlight doesn't shine in here. I sit beside the casket and it's strange to feel no fear. I know that it will be my turn one day, and though I'll no longer know enough to care, I hope that someone else will take my place and take their turn in the watchman's chair. Body stretch out oblery behind me and before me. A million moments rush by in a whirl. When I guard the simple box, I'm reminded once again we reach a tiny speck in the history of the world. 100 years from now, who'll know I was here? Will it matter that I mattered once to someone else who's just as gone? Too still for sleep, and in that hour who will keep caring watch over the body of the one I was? Starlight doesn't shine in here. I sit beside the casket and it's strange to feel no fear. I know that it will be my turn one day, and though I'll no longer know enough to care, I hope that someone else will take my place and take their turn in the watchman's chair.
Gosh.
That's a beauty.
Thank you.
Very nice.
Beautiful, Beth.
Wow. Beth, that was wonderful. It was such a marriage of voice, lyric, music, life, and beyond. Just incredible.
Thank you.
Just all encapsulated. Thank you for sharing that. Both those songs. It was wonderful.
Thanks for having me here.
Oh gosh. Keep on going. No. more encore. Yeah. So tell us about your tour that you missed and that's going to come back. What does that involve? Share with us what your tour looks like.
The music business is very different for me because I focus on Jewish music,
Mm-hmm.
and most of my stops are synagogues, community centers, and in the summertime, some camps.
Okay.
Along the way, I also try to arrange house concerts for after the Sabbath has ended, so usually on a Saturday night. And I line all of that up in advance, when synagogues and I talk about because I tour as an artist and educator in residence at these places. And when I released, this was my 4th album of original music, and when I released it, I was in the just before I released it, I sent out samples to some places I'd been before and said, I'd like to line up a regional tour. I'd like to line up a national tour. Are you guys interested? And I was filling in dates, and I had 8 synagogues lined up for an East Coast tour and another 4 lined up for a tour here in the Pacific Northwest. And then everything came to a halt because everybody went, oh my gosh, we can't have 300 people in here because now we all have to stay home for God knows how long. So it was, because I came into this from education, I never had to deal with the music business. What is the music business anyway? The music business is I go and I play, and if I'm lucky, people give me money. And if not, well, I'll try again. That's the music business. I had friends, I was really devastated by the timing of it all, obviously. And then friends of mine said, you're going to pick up some online gigs and you're going to do some of the stuff you do on the road. You can create a weekend program experience for a synagogue and just have it all be online and it'll all be okay. And then you can reboot your release. And I went, by the time I reboot the release, the album will be more than a year and a half old. How do I reboot something like that? They said, just do it. And I went, okay. I can't say, is that what the rules are? When something like this happens, does that just kill your album's momentum? I have no idea. But I do know that when I play live and when I am blessed to tour, which I've started to do a little bit again, I just played at a Jewish festival in Cincinnati, and the week after that, I played for an event in El Paso, and I played a house concert, and people bought copies of the CD. So maybe there is such a thing as a little mini reboot. And in any case, I'm writing more songs, and at some point, when I can scrape together the funds, I hope to create a 5th recording, and we'll see where that goes.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that need to hear you and hear the rest of you too. So don't consider it a reboot. Consider it an introduction, ongoing. Just a different perspective,
Well, thank you. I would welcome the opportunity to talk to somebody who's in the music business, because the Jewish world is not the music business, let's be clear. And just kind of get a sense of how that's supposed to work and whether or not I can work with it. So maybe from this, I'll connect with some people who have some information for me.
Right. Well,
Thanks
good.
for listening.
Yeah, and let us know when you're going to be. Well, I'll be selfish. I'm in the Northern California, near San Francisco, Palo Alto, and all that. So let me know when you're coming this way, and
okay,
I'll see what I can do to help.
That would be wonderful.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, and thank you so much for sharing. So now, one last question: what's your favorite performance of your career?
Anyone's or mine?
Yours.
Oh, gosh.
Your favorite performance. Okay.
I would say just about any house concert, because they're intimate and they're intentional, and people, it's a small group and people sit close together and they pay attention, and it's not like playing in a bar, which I have done, but people are drinking and telling jokes and having a great time, and that's good too. But I love doing house concerts.
Right.
Because it's so intentional and it's so intimate, and it's people coming together to share an experience of live music. And without an audience, there's no point to live music. So that's the deal. That's the point of it all, is to be heard.
Absolutely. And what I've noticed, and I've been playing out to live audiences, not house concerts, and for some reason there's a different mindset post COVID, and I've noticed that audience are more attentive. So hopefully that will continue.
They're more attentive because we've all been starved for live music and live dance and live theater for over a year.
Absolutely.
And thank God it's coming back.
Absolutely. Well, Beth, thank you so much. And keep us posted.
Thank you.
Mike America, and keep me posted directly, okay? Thank you so much.
I'll be in touch.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, Beth, it was a thrill to hear you again. I am so glad. Just so you all know, I have told my synagogue about Beth. Turns out our cantor knows her already, and we're just not doing live things yet. But when we do, maybe I'll get to see you at my place. That would be just awesome. Yes. Thank you. And now let's go all the way to North Carolina to hear the revolutionary healer, who is Jill Eine Schneider. And Jill told us that she plays at a place called Camden's Coffee House in Mars Hill, North Carolina. Jill Ann, take it away.
Thank you so much. Can everybody hear me okay? Can you hear me?
Yes. TK, you there? Is everything? Great. Give a thumbs up, mister. Yes. Okay, good.
Terrific. So, I guess I've been a musician over 50 years. Started with children in school, when I was a teacher, as a school teacher. And I'm still going strong. I'm going better than I've ever been. And I have a really nice community of friends in the Blue Ridge Mountains. And we're starting to really come together. And this is a dream for me because I lived in Florida for a long time and I just didn't have the kind of people that would appreciate what I do and who I am. So I'm grateful. So this is a little song called The Romance of Life. And I actually put together an album. It is on Spotify. It's from a long time ago, though. It's called The Romance of Life. Yes. And it's got some nice jazz chords, which I like. So let's go here. Find out what I really long
romance.
Yeah.
Ah, so nice to be with this group. What a pleasure. It's an intergenerational group. It's, people that are just trying hard to live their lives as best they can, especially during this crazy time. So my next song, what really impressed me when I got here to North Carolina is I got friendly with a woman who's teenager. I was picking her up from school, dropping her off, middle school, 14 years old. And one day she came by and I made her some cookies and we were just having a talk and she had a friend with her. And I played one of my songs. And these kids, they're country kids, okay? One of them, her friend, lives real backwoods. And I'm like, they love my music. And they said, Jill, next time you want, if you're going to be at the park, we call all our friends at the Cane River Middle School to come and hear you play. And I'm like in shock because, of course, years ago as a school teacher, you never thought teenagers were going to like what you did as a musician. No way. So it's just been a really incredible time for me to realize I'm still viable. This one's called I Believe It's My Time. I believe it's my time. I believe who I am, why I'm here to make a stand, 'cause I believe it's my time. You might be thinking, is she drinking? Does she make any sense at all?
Nice.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
What a wonderful show this is. Holy smokes. I want encores for everyone. And we're not even at the end yet. We got another one. Jill, that was again fantastic. What a great songs you have there. And
Thank you.
yeah. So what other hobbies or interests do you have other than music?
Well, I'm kind of a Jill of all trades. I've lived alone for a long, long time, and I've had an amazing life. I've actually traveled all over the world with a backpack and a guitar, living in indigenous communities and staying with the real people. And when I wasn't doing that, I'd been a body worker and got very much involved in health because I had cancer when I was 29 in 1975. And something came over me to just live a very natural life and not let anybody mess with me. No cutting, no chemicals, no radiation, nothing. And then I took a trip to South America, and I met with shamans back in 1975. And I just had this really clear feeling that I could heal myself. And I did. And then I ended up giving birth to my son in 1977, and now I have 2 grandgirls, and I'm very blessed, very blessed. And I took it upon myself to leave Florida. I got tired of air conditioning, and I needed the woods, and I needed the mountains, and I hiked Rowan Mountain about a week ago in Tennessee. I've never been in such good shape, and I'm 76 years old.
Fabulous. And that's where the name Revolutionary Healer comes from.
Yeah,
Fantastic.
healing. I've been doing a lot of healing. I actually I got to be very good friends. I worked for Bo Diddley in the 1980s, and he was my first barefoot shiatsu client. He was he's not a tall guy, but a broad guy, and you know, if you ever saw him perform, and back in the 70s and 80s, he from the 50s, from the late 50s. When I was 13, I actually got to see Bo Diddley in concert, and then he found me singing in a black church in north central Florida with a little boy after I'd gotten a divorce, and he gave me a job.
Wow.
And I was friendly with him for 25 years, and I kind of feel his presence a lot because he's quite a present.
Wow. Well, gosh, thanks for sharing the story and your songs, and that's just wonderful. Anything else you'd like to?
Yeah, I'm writing a book about how I healed myself of cancer using all natural healing, and the attitude that I had, no fear, just like, I know something. It's not even a belief system. It's a really knowing, a very strong knowing. And so what I decided to do was I decided to take my music and bring my music into the story. So I'm making an audio book, okay? I'm just finishing up the editing of the actual, it's an ebook, it could be a book, and then I'm going to put my songs in between the chapters of an audio book. And it's called Revolutionary Healer, Cancer as Perceived by the Patient.
Oh, great. Well, gosh, thank you so much for doing that, and the perseverance and just everything you're involved in. That's great. Now, did you say you were a teacher?
I was a teacher for about 10 years, back in the late 60s to about 76.
Yeah, that was a wild time.
Yeah, it was a wild time, but
I remember.
I got lucky. I've always been lucky. I've always had this flow about me.
Yeah.
And one of the other most important people that I got to do body work on was Robin Williams.
Oh.
He was filming the movie The Birdcage in Miami Beach. And I literally snuck into the studio. Chutzpah is what I have. It's a Jewish word for balls, which I don't have balls, but I have balls. And I snuck into the studio, and I massaged everybody in that studio. And I snuck in at 7 o'clock with Joey, the cappuccino guy. And by 4 o'clock in the afternoon, after massaging like 20 different people, I do the barefoot technique, and everybody was like having a great time. And then I finally said, Robin, would you like to get a complimentary barefoot shiatsu treatment? He said, give me a half hour. And I ended up spending the whole week in his trailer while he was finishing that movie.
Yeah. Wow. What an experience.
Oh, yes.
That's fabulous. Yeah. Well, Jill, thank you so much for sharing, and I look forward to hearing your audiobook and more music from you. And thank you again.
You're so welcome. I love you guys. Thanks so much.
And we love you. Thank you, Jill. And before we introduce our last performer, this is something I've been meaning to say every single time and I get distracted. Please go to the website and find the links that we have to each performer's online presence. It could be YouTube's, it could be a website, it could be SoundCloud, it could be anything. And you can hear more of them at home on your computer by doing that. It's all on our website. And that being said, thank you, Jill Eine. Keep it up. And we're going to have Ron Selfridge from Eugene, Oregon, take us home. And Ron says that the place he likes to perform is his house. So guess what? We're all in your house.
Here we are.
With you, just where you like to be. Take us home.
Thanks for what you guys are doing. It's really cool. And thanks for inviting me too. I wrote this song a couple months ago, and it's called Running for Cover. I burned some bridges and I danced in the dust. Drank holy water from the preacher's cup. I did myself a little time in therapy. I got kinda tired of talking about me. Got kinda tired of talking about me. Sometimes I bend the truth until it breaks. Forget to remember promises that I make. Forgot to check the brakes at the top of the hill. I never learned my lesson, guess I never will. I never learned my lesson, guess I never will. Now I'm running for cover. The truth is coming for me. Look in the rearview mirror, but I don't like what I see. I've done some things I can't justify. Told a few fibs and some big fat lies. I kissed my girlfriend's sister in the back of the truck. No matter what I have, it just ain't good enough. No matter what I have, it just ain't good enough. I lost my lucky penny along the way. Left some good women when I should have stayed. I didn't pay attention to the golden rule. I thought I might be something, but I'm just a fool. I thought I might be something, but I'm just a fool. Now I'm running for cover. The truth is coming for me. Look in the rearview mirror, but I don't like what I see. I got to try to be a better man. Make amends, confess my sins as soon as I can. I'm heading down the road towards the judgment day. Might stop and grab a cold one along the way. Might grab myself a cold one along the way. But now I'm running for cover. The truth is coming for me. Look in the rearview mirror, but I don't like what I see.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. This is just a little, my take on what's going on. It's called Another Life. Another life was lost today. Headstone marks where they will lay. Family mourns and a family cries. Another soul fills up the sky. Bomb goes off and the rifle cracks. People gone and they won't be back. It's on the news most every day. Why, oh, why is all that we can say? Flags flying at half-mast today. Seems it's always looking that way. Something happened, well, something's wrong. In a world gone mad and time's gone sad. We say our thoughts and prayers are there with you. We don't seem to know what else to do. We bring flowers to remember them, and the next day we see it all again. Another headline, one more update. Man showing man how much that he can hate. Pictures people, well, they're shedding tears. Just another day and another year. Flags flying at half-mast today. Seems it's always looking that way. Something happened, well, something's wrong. In a world gone mad and time's gone sad. Flags flying at half-mast today. Seems it's always looking that way. Something happened, well, something's wrong. In a world gone mad and time's gone sad. In a world gone mad and time's gone sad. In a world gone mad and time's gone sad.
Nice.
Wow.
Beautiful song, Ron.
Very nice, Ron.
Thank you.
So thank you for inviting us into your home.
You're
And
welcome.
the club, Ron's club. It's good. So, do you want to share the background of the influences? For those couple of songs.
Well, the first song is kind of just a fun song to write. I mean, we all reflect back on things we've done, and we look back on our lives. So it just was kind of a fun little thing. It wasn't meant to be some important song or something, but sometimes you just got to write a song just because it's fun to do. So that was kind of part of that. But, playing around with the words. And, I love John Prine and what he does with songs. He talks about serious things, but he injects some humor along the way. And the second song pretty much speaks for itself. I can't do anything about the way we treat our fellow men. And, I have little control over guns and all that kind of stuff. So the only thing I can do is write what I think about it and what I feel. So that's pretty much.
Yeah. So I know you said earlier that you don't go to any open mics.
Well,
or you do.
Well, I do. Yes, I do. But,
Okay.
Things have changed. It's all different now. So I haven't been out as much.
Okay.
I used to play out quite a bit.
Okay.
But,
Okay. That was my next question.
Yeah. And I played house concerts and shows and stuff. But things change and you have to be careful.
Yeah. For the time being, we're all kind of just risk and reward type
That's
of
correct.
thing. Yeah.
That's correct.
So what's your creative process like?
Usually, if you ask me how I start a song, it's usually one line. A lot of people probably do that, but usually it's one line, something starts percolating, and then it just kind of comes out and comes together when I'm lucky.
Okay.
I have a few good songs. I have a whole book full of crappy songs if you want to hear those, but we all have those. But no, it's just I don't know. I don't know how I do it, and I always go, how did I do that? How did I write that? Sometimes when I write something, I go, how did I do that? I don't know the answer to that.
So it's a surprise gift to yourself at times.
That's right. Yeah.
I know it's like I liken these type of events where we have these showcases and where I listen to all you different songwriters, and it's like a birthday or an anniversary or whatever. It's opening all these gifts, and we opened 2 songs from each one of you, 9 of you. So that's 8. Today I received 18 gifts plus. So I thank you so much for sharing those gifts with myself and with everyone out there in the internet. It's been wonderful. So Ron, what made you become a musician? What kind of started you off on the path?
Well, you know what the story was. I played guitar most of my life, and then when I got a little older, I started writing these funny songs like People's Birthday or something. I'd write them some stupid song, about them or whatever, and people started going, "Hey, that's pretty good," And then, if you listen to radio a lot, all due respect, there's a lot of crap out there. There's really a lot of crappy songs, and I think, wow, I could at least do that, So I don't know. So I just started experimenting. I've only been writing about 5 years, so I wish I would have started a lot sooner.
Well, better late than never, Ron.
That's correct.
You. Thank you so much for sharing, and thank you all for sharing. And I'm going to turn this back over to Daphne. Daphne, thank you so much.
I love what you said about the gifts, Pete. 18 gifts we got today. I agree. And Ron, I also agree with you. When I write a song, I don't know where it came from. If I knew, I could repeat the process deliberately, but I can't because I don't know how it happened.
Yeah, it's funny.
Yeah, I know. So it is a gift. And thank you all. And let's see, for all the people out there on YouTube, I want to thank you for being there listening to us. And for all of us who listen to each other, thank you. Pete, Summer, wonderful questions. You really helped us get to know our performers very well. Capo Dave Williams happens to be on the screen right now. Thank you to him for founding this and getting us all on board to do this. We are going to be have 3 shows a month now, so get online and see the dates, and I'll tell you the next date in a minute. Remember to check the website for links to the artist's work. And if you like the show, help spread the word. You know, people could sit and enjoy it. My parents sit and enjoy it. I have a neighbor who likes to sit and enjoy it. You never know who might just want to sit down and listen. Word of mouth. We have posters on the website that you can download and print to put up in a cafe, or like I do in my garbage room of my apartment building. There are t-shirts that you could have made, and you could just proudly wear them, and people could ask you questions about them. There's little wallet size pieces of paper posters. Well, they're not posters, they're little wallet size things you could hand to people when you see them. So please help spread the word to everybody. Let's see, our next performance is October 17th. I will be the MC. Capo Dave Williams, our founder, will be the interviewer. And until then, we're all going to wave goodbye to you. Hope you have the rest of a wonderful week. Thank you for all the 18 gifts that you gave us, everybody. And thank you for listening, people. Ta-da!
We're off the air.